Hello, my beautiful lovelies. I hope that you are all doing well. Guess what? I've decided to add a little sequins mix package to the giveaway. I said, you know what? I've got so many of these. I'm going to share them. I'm sure many of you have seen these little containers at the dollar store. I have tons of these. Great. Thanks, Rebel. Rebel just went back inside his cage, and it seems every time I sit here, he goes in his cage. So now if you hear him going, that's him eating a treat. Rebel. Mind you, his ears are moving because he's listening to his name being called out. Rebel. Listen. I'm working here. Listen, I'm trying to be professional. Can you please just, just, all right, I guess, he rules. It's interesting. I guess because he was, he was at my office, but he was always in a different room, so it's like he never really spent time with me. And then he hadn't seen my son in basically, the 2 years that he was gone. Not my son, I mean the rabbit. The rabbit was gone for 2 years. Every time I come into the office and I sit right here, like right in this little spot, he runs back and he's just like staring at me. It's so cute. His cage actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 levels, and on each level he has different sides. It's like on the left side he has where to sit, and on the right side, and he always comes to this side when I'm here. It's cute. Okay, so let me just throw this here. All right, so I'm going to fill up these little containers. Now, please just be aware that if you do win the grand prize, they're very small. I know you've seen these little containers, but how cute is it for you to receive this? What? And then you can even decorate this top if you wanted to and whatnot. Add like little labels on the bottom or on the top, make it all cute. I'm not gonna do that. I'm saying you can do that. But I'm just gonna have you watch me add the sequins mixes to all of these. These here are from Buttons Galore and More. I did a haul on this. You might want to check out that video. It is like one of my favorite videos because their stuff is awesome. Like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with their sequin mixes. You definitely want to buy their sequin mixes. Oh, by the way, let me just show you. If you don't want to go check out that video and you're just watching this one, let me just show you what else they have. Hold on one moment. I'm going to show you. I'm not going to pull them all out, but I have 1, 2. I have like 10 more sequin mixes, but I don't want to like drag them all out. But here's one of them. Comes in a really big jar like this. And then these. I love their sparklets. Look how stinking cute this is. I'm hoping that the camera's catching the beauty of it. And they have like different themes going on. This one has musical notes in it. How beautiful are these sequin mixes? I mean, they do an amazing job. And then you have like the regular ones like this. Like that one. And then the shimmers. They have the shimmers. See that? Look how beautiful that is. So yeah. I have those. I have a few more, but I don't want to take them out. Alright, so just give me 1 sec. While I'm putting these back, how are you all doing? Share in the comments below how you have been. What little crafty projects you're working on right now. Have you joined any new swaps? Yeah, just share. Share your little life story, what you're doing right at the moment. While I put these back. It was fast for me to grab them, but harder for me to put them back. Hold on 1 sec. I have these hanging on my pegboard. So, alright, okay, I'm coming right back. Alright, so let's get started. Just going to watch me add these little sequin mixes while I share a little story with you. So yesterday I had a very sweet new subscriber of mine share a story about how she would use the little package that I'm doing as a giveaway, the impromptu giveaway that, by the way, last day for you to enter will be this Friday, and then the winner will be announced on Saturday, where I said I would choose someone who will give me a good reason why they deserve to receive that gift, right? Okay. She mentioned that she's a teacher and she wanted to have it in her classroom, right? And it brought back so many memories of my own grammar school experience as a little girl. Many of you know now that I mentioned that. Give me one sec. Hold on. Don't mind my nails, ladies. That when we moved to Jersey City wasn't the most easiest of times because my family, you know, they just separated, went to different states. So it was a little bit hard, you know, especially for a 7-year-old. But you know how kids are. We managed to adapt, right? Of course, because that's just how we are. I'm trying to get this thing here, like get the smaller ones so that you could get like enough of them. Let me see how I can. Wow! Look at that. I didn't even know they had these gold ones in there. Ooh, hold on. You know what? This is like a much better mix that I just grabbed. Let me give these to you. See how nice I am? Wait, let me take out the buttons because I want you to at least have that one. So how do you like this mix? You like it? Alright, so yeah, brought back memories of my grammar school years. And it was, look, if they fall on the mat, they're going inside your little bin. So, anyway, oh my gosh, I obviously cannot multitask. Alright, so let me tell you a little story of why the most latest little giveaway is so important to me. It's basically tied to how I grew up. It's basically tied to what I experienced and how that experience carried me throughout my entire life, even until now. And it wasn't until very recently that I understood the purpose of it. The purpose of me having lived that way, having lived with that blessing and the opportunity that many people don't have. Uh-oh. I knew I was going to do that. Well, there goes the beads. These are tiny micro beads. And then you have like you see how like you have, am I in frame? No, I'm not. Okay. So they have like a little big caviar beads and then you have little tiny ones. And they just fell all over the desk. Alright, so I had the honor and the privilege to grow up in, oh, you're going to get a lot of these, in a school that celebrated Black History Month every single month. When I mean every single month, to the world, it's only in February, right? At our school, that was every single day. There was a time when I was very confused, not understanding why a lot of a lot of teens and mostly 20-something-year-olds who would say, I grew up not seeing people like me in succeeding roles and positions in life. And it was mind-boggling to me for a while. And I was like, well, what are you talking about? Yes, there has been a horrible struggle in history, oppression, injustices, unfairness, brutal history. But there have been a lot of triumphs and a lot of successes. And I was trying to figure out, like, where were you living in the United States that you didn't see that? Where were you that you weren't exposed to people who looked like you and succeeded? And then I was like, oh, right. I mean, I'm an idiot sometimes, you know? I don't think. But it took me a long time. It's like, because for me, that's how I grew up. That was a part of my life. And it still is a part of my life. A lot of people, this is why I mentioned in the previous video, don't make assumptions about my skin color. You understand? You don't know what many of us, how we grew up. I don't make assumptions about people. You know why? Because I have no limitations for myself. I have no limitations. My parents never gave us limitations. I was one of those kids who every teacher, every staff at school, every family friend, every family member expected that I would rise up and be the most successful woman on the face of the earth. That didn't happen. Whoops. Sorry guys. I kind of missed the mark. But my point is that I grew up in an environment where I was expected that I would flourish. So there were never any limitations, and so I don't see limitations in other people. I don't make assumptions about other people. To me, I might meet you one day and think, wow, I wonder how many languages you know. Wow, I wonder if you've traveled the world. What have you seen? What have you experienced? How many degrees that you have? I don't make assumptions about people about the fact that they may not have succeeded. I don't see your current situation as being permanent, is my point. So I might find you working as a janitor and still say you have the potential to make it big. Okay? I have always believed in the underdog. So there are a lot of people who I've come across, these young girls that I've come across, who I've sat down and talked to them and made them see themselves in a different way, in a very positive light. And then it started to help me understand, okay, now I know my purpose. I know why at 7 years old, God shifted our entire family and moved us to Jersey City and then put us in a town where I was immersed in a culture that became my own. And the school that I went to was amazing. On every floor, the hallways were brimming and filled with Black scholars, Black scientists, Black doctors, Black lawyers, Black judges, Black inventors. The history of the Black community and the culture was so big at our school that to me that was life. I thought that everyone was exposed to that. I thought that everyone knew that yes, there was slavery, segregation. There was, we had the Jim Crow laws. We had, the history of slavery goes back to ancient times. We all know this. If you want to pretend that that is not part of our history, you got a serious problem. We need to recognize that, yes, it happened. We can't pretend and say, oh, well, that was a long time ago. Yeah, well, we're still dealing with a lot of stuff to this day. And you might say, well, why are you making it your fight? You're not the one struggling and going through this. Well, again, stop making assumptions. Lord have mercy. My grandmother went through it. She was blessed with beautiful melanin and that beautiful hair. And yes, in Puerto Rico, there is racism. There is. People on my end, as in Puerto Ricans, say that there isn't. They try to deny it. That's a lie. See, I grew up being a person who sees both sides of everything. I don't lean towards one way and I don't lean towards the other. I am not going to agree with someone just because they're Puerto Rican. I'm not going to agree with someone just because they're a woman. I'm not going to agree with someone just because they're American. No, I'm going to agree with what's right. You got me? And this applies to a lot of people on both ends of the spectrum. People lean towards one way. Well, I've been oppressed and I've been dealing with this, so I'm not going to like anybody who's not like me. Boo-boo, you are wrong too. You are so wrong too. You know why? Because you're going against the Bible. This isn't Miss Ively coming up with her own opinions about life. No, the Bible says it. Love thy neighbor, love thy enemy too. You got to pray for your enemies too. Because you know why? It's a spiritual warfare, boo-boo. Do you understand that the devil, runs after God's sheep? And how can he do that? He's in the spiritual world, right? We're in this physical plane. How's he going to do that? He's going to use the weak. and manipulate them and convince them that they are the stronger ones, that they have the power to control everything. That's what he does. And he's been doing that since the beginning of time. You see, I have shared this, what I'm about to say, this opinion of mine, on many social many social media platforms. People don't really listen because they're like, well, who are you? You are no voice. You don't know what we're going through. All right, fine. But I'm going to ask you this question. When God sends a blessing knocking at your door, will it matter who is delivering it? All right now. Answer me that question. Will it matter what the delivery guy looks like? No, it shouldn't, because it's coming from God. And that's the whole point of this whole life. I'll say that over and over again. We were created with different physical attributes. And God said, will you still love each other? Will you still love each other? Many of us have failed. You need to, go back and read your Bible. That's what you need to do. A lot of people need Jesus. I'm just saying, people need Jesus. So, because of how I was raised, my parents are phenomenal parents. I watched them respect every human being. To me, they're amazing parents. I watched them defend people. You're not going to do something unfairly or cause some injustice in front of my parents and think that they're going to stay quiet or that they're not going to fight back. I have watched my parents fight back. That's why I am the same way. And there are many, many, many stories that I can share with you, and I'm not going to go into all of them, but, I need to throw some little pink, purple ones in here. Oh, I'm trying to catch the purple ones. I'm trying, ladies. I'm trying. Let me pull these out. Here we go. I did my best. See that? I'm filling these up to the brim. Yes. Yeah, so I watched my parents deal with their own racism, especially my mother, because she is a darker skinned woman and she's been through her own stuff. And they've always defended people and they've always accepted people. Learning about culture in our home was just very simple. Learning about human beings in different lands. How simple is that? I'm going to repeat that. It's all about just simply learning about other human beings in different lands. It's that simple. Like I said before, I don't care what you look like, where you're from. That will not determine whether or not I am kind to you. That doesn't matter to me because my parents raised me right. And that's how I've raised my child. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, we don't think about it. It's just, I'm talking about it to you now because of what's going on. But in our house, it's not something that we just, it's just normal. Okay, you're a human being. Yay! Come, be part of our family. That's how we see it. It's just, we don't think about things like that. Because if you ever meet my family, you're going to be like, well, dang, woman, you are the Rainbow Coalition. We are blessed with people of all shades of skin color. It's beautiful. I love my family. Except, no, not except, but let me tell you, every time I go to Puerto Rico, it's like I'm chopped liver. I'm dead up serious. Every time I'm around my cousins, it's like I don't exist. I get thrown aside. You know why? Because they're beautiful. They are gorgeous, gorgeous. They have that beautiful skin color. And then they have their green eyes and their hazel eyes. And then I'm like this frumpy little pale thing next to them. And nobody pays me no mind. And yeah, I'm feeling a little salty right now. So look how pretty this one is. I hope that I'm catching it perfectly. Yeah, so in my family, we are the spectrum of every, I think that we come from every freaking race on this earth because we all look so different from each other. It's crazy. But I love it. I love it. I love that God put me in the family that he did. He had me moved to Jersey City and learned so much, so that now when I meet young girls who say that they are not represented, I need to remind them that they are beautiful, that they are worthy, that they can accomplish just about anything in life, that they have the power to do whatever it is they set their minds to. Indeed, I'm grateful for the experience that I've had, and everything is starting to make sense to me. A few years ago, I would say about 6 or 7 years ago, I gained a vision that catapulted me into writing a book. And that book actually turned into a play. And that play is about things that have happened in our history, and eventually it will come to fruition. Right now, I can't bring it to pass for the, wait, am I in, I'm not in frame, am I? I am so sorry. Look how beautiful this one is. I'm going to do my best to get it all in here. Ah, and it's falling out. Ah, it's falling out. Yeah, it is filled, brimming with so many great things that we talk about, things that people want to keep hush-hush, that they don't really want to address because they want to pretend like it's not in existence. But I am here to tell you it is. And I hope that no, not I hope, I know, because God has already given me the victory. Where are those little beads? Ah! Hold on. I'm trying to get as much in there as possible. Okay, maybe I'm doing it too much. Hold on. This is not going to close. Yeah, so once my finances are up to par and I can do it, I will release that play, and it's beautiful and it's interactive and it brings the entire family together, and it's going to be massive. It's going to be a really big movement. I'm telling you, stick with me because there's a lot of beautiful things coming from Ively. That's for sure. So, did I do this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then these two. Okay, so we've got those. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my stuff. So, where was this? This is in here. Yeah, so I'm glad that the dialogue is being opened, that more of you are following me, and you're gonna, you know, hear a lot of stuff from me. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, I don't lean towards one way. I lean towards the truth. You know, there are people that I personally don't like, right? Not anything to do with where they're from. It's just because they've treated me badly. But I still give them credit where credit is due. Some people are so angry and so hurt that they don't know how to forgive. It's taken me years. I am the most unforgiving person on the face of this earth. It takes a lot for me to forgive people. It is very difficult for me to do that. So I am the first one to say I understand what that's like. I know. But at some point you have to. I treat everybody with respect. I could have argued with somebody early in the morning because they treated me badly. And later in the afternoon, I can meet someone that looks just like that person and I still treat them with respect. Hi, how you doing? How's everything? Da, 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 da. Yep, that's just how I am. You know why? Because I know who I am. You're not going to take away from who I am. The Bible tells me who I am. So I will stand firm in that knowledge and that understanding and be kind to anyone who I come across. It's that simple, people. Very simple. And since we were on the subject earlier of this video about school, I remember we used to get so many visitors. I swear, I think we spent more time in our auditorium. Like, we had a humongous auditorium. I swear it was like a humongous stage. It even had a projection room at the top where you go up these stairs, and we had a lot of assemblies, a lot of special events, a lot of visitors from all over. I was blessed with that. Blessed to watch people perform. I remember a lot of our guests came from Harlem. Yeah, Harlem is saturated and filled to the brim with many, many scholars, learned people, educated people. It's you want to immerse yourself in culture, you go to Harlem. I'm telling you, somebody will pick you up and make you their like little student of education because you learn a lot. We had a lot of visitors, many, and I loved it. And many times they would do performances. Like we had a group come from Africa. They would actually come once a year. So the second year that they came, I don't know what grade I was in, but I started to participate in their shows. So because I wanted to wear the African prints and the leotards and and the wraparound skirts. I'm such an idiot. And I wanted to dance. I wanted to dance to the African drums. And that's exactly what I did, even though Miss Ively doesn't have rhythm. I am telling you. I'm the one Hispanic who cannot dance. No, sorry, ain't got no rhythm. But I was out there dancing my little heart off because I loved it. I loved it. And they would come and embrace us in such a beautiful way that, you know, you always wanted to join. Kids always wanted to join. And I would be on stage. I was not afraid of being on stage. I prefer being behind the scenes and showcase other people's talents because I just love seeing people succeed and be happy in what they love doing. And so I did behind the scenes stuff on stage for many, many years. I've helped a lot of people do things, but that's between me and those people. I'm not going to share what I've done. But the point is that I like to be behind the scenes. But in my grammar school, I was always on stage, dancing to the African beat. And we would get a lot of people from all walks of life, There was, I've actually met several, when I mean several, I really do mean several Holocaust survivors. Now, this is going back in the 80s, okay? They were pretty older at the time. Every time we had visitors who would come and share their experiences of, the horrible history that we've endured here in the United States and in the entire world, I was always crying. When I saw the numbers, it was this one lady, out of all of the survivors that I met, there was this one lady who, she really touched my heart. And she was so sweet. She sat in the front of the class and she allowed everyone to come one by one. Because my 7th grade teacher was Jewish. Oh my gosh. She to this day is still my favorite teacher. She is my favorite teacher. Oh my gosh. I love her. I love her, love her, love her. And this little lady, so cute. I mean, she was so adorable. She had every single child in the class stand up and have her see her the numbers on her arm. It's sad that we have had to face atrocities as human beings. I don't understand hatred. It's not in my heart to hate people. I don't that's a part that, even though I try to make sense of it, I still don't understand it. But we know that it's because we're in a spiritual warfare with the enemy. And he wants to snuff out as many people as he can. That's just how it is. These are flamingos. And yeah, it's that I have never forgotten that woman's face. I know that she's long gone now and she's with the Lord, but many of us, even the hardcore kids in class, because I went to a really badass school. My school was so bad, and I don't mean the teachers, I mean the kids. There was always a fight every single day. There was always fights. I was picked on because I was, considered Miss Goody Two Shoes. I'm not Miss Goody Two Shoes. Those are the conversations I would have. Because I was a good student, honor roll, straight A's, always listening in class, never broke the rules. And I was always like the teacher's pet, and everybody hated that. And then I was always dressed cute. My mother always had like my new outfits. My hair was always done and nice. I would get girls who would pull my hair because they said, "Oh, you think you're better because you got that kind of hair?" No, I just like I like my hairstyles, that's all. So there was a lot of hatred against me. And it took me years to, I would cry sometimes, and it took me years to understand. It was like, it's not that they were hating on me. It was just that defense mechanism, that pain, You know, at that time, I didn't know what they were going through. I didn't know. I didn't know. This one is a bad seed. Taking that one out. Boop. Why did I throw it on the floor? I have no idea. I just freaking swept the floor. These are like polymer clays. So you're really going to love this one. I'm going to try and fill it up as best as I can. Do, do, do. All right, so yeah, so I got picked on. And then it got to the point where one day a few days before our graduation, I got into a really bad fight. Like a fist fight. It was really bad. They couldn't suspend me. I was a salutatorian. And it took me years to not hate that girl. No, I'm not kidding. It took me a lot of years. I forgave her. But she made my life a living hell that last year. She hated me just because she hated me. No other reason. I did nothing to her. She just didn't like me. Hold on one sec. Hold on. Yeah, it took me a long time to understand why it was that she hated me. I'm replacing this one because it has a crack. So I'm replacing it with this one. And that's why I took this part out. So, see, I told you I have like a whole bunch. All right, my beautiful lovelies. We're going to put these mixes in here. Yeah, so I've had my own share of stuff that I've dealt with. But one thing I will never do is hate on someone for no reason. I'm not doing that. Not even my enemies. I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to know that there's opportunities for you and that you are capable of anything and that you are beautiful and you are loved and you matter. You matter. So if you haven't heard it, I am sorry for anything that you have ever been through. I am sorry for any pain anyone has ever caused you. I am saying sorry on their behalf. And I'm also saying I care for you a lot. You are loved. You are precious because God made you. And you are my spiritual sister. And we are going to have loads of fun on this channel. We have now created a cute little sequence mix that will be added to your prize package. So if you haven't participated in the giveaway, what are you waiting for? Seriously, what are you waiting for? Wait till you see everything that I am adding to this package. You're gonna want to win. Okay? You're gonna want to win. Because I'm not doing a big one like this again for a very long time. So you might as well take advantage of my generosity right now. Because I may not always be able to do this. So last day to enter the giveaway, July 10th, my beautiful lovelies. Send in your memory dex card. Don't forget that your memory dex card entitles you to membership to the Subby Benefits Program for as long as you are subscribed. And I can see that you are a subscriber of my channel. That means you have lifelong benefits. Benefits can bring you loads of surprises. So I see that I have overextended my talking and we've been here for quite some time. All right, my beautiful lovelies. I hope that I didn't offend anyone. If I did, tell me. Tell me. We can talk about it. I have no problem saying when I'm wrong or whatever the case is, but I don't think I'm wrong with what I just said. I am a person who likes to be fair with everybody. Everyone, because I love human beings. Because human beings are awesome. I love learning about people. It's like I'm living in my own Star Trek little ship with all kinds of different people from every universe and galaxy, and we come together and we come as a team. We can fight off any battle, right? Yeah. Yes, I'm a Trekkie. Wait. I'm a proud Trekkie. Boom. Maybe I shouldn't do that because people are going to think that's some gang sign or something. Whatever. That's Tuvok. All right, my beautiful lovelies. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And we shall see each other again. Bye.